basically how this is gonna work is I'm gonna talk until she starts sweating, and then we're gonna say that it sold itself. So you let me know if you do get too hot, because we will let you go outside. So I am the general merchandise manager here at Gail's Harley-Davidson. So we sell all the heated gear, the wardrobe side of the heated gear, paw handles, the grips, and the seats, and all that. So I'm just gonna go into detail about the heated gear, what you get when you buy the Harley-Davidson heated gear. So first we're gonna talk about the first piece of heated gear most people end up investing in is the jacket. So this system, Harley-Davidson's BTC system, is made to run together as a unit. So the first piece is your jacket here. Now your jacket is kind of the core piece of the whole system. It kind of runs everything off of it by itself. You can wear it by itself, you can plug the gloves into it, you can run the pants off of it, all of it runs together. So what Sherry's feeling right now is that she's got 2 heat panels in the chest and 1 on the back and up the back of her neck heating up, which I can feel heating up right now. I've turned her up to 3, we can turn it down now. You get 3 heat settings with the heated gear. So low, medium, and high. 50 degrees outside is about the temperature at which your body temperature is going to start to drop. And I know that all of us ride 50-degree weather without thinking twice about it. It's a lot nicer when you can turn this on and not think anything of being a little bit chilly. We've all ridden home that last 30 minutes kind of gritting our teeth and hoping we made it without being too cold. Do you feel like getting warm? Not bad, yeah.
Not where I'm smoldering or anything yet.
Perfect.
Are there heat panels in the arms?
Yeah, that's what
It's
we're-
not in the arms, but your
Yeah,
gloves do.
even those.
Yeah, so you'll feel your wires in the arms because you're gonna have the gloves running off of the jacket, but the arms themselves don't heat up. Your core body temperature is really what you want to maintain, keeping warm. The next is gonna be your hands. This is what controls your motorcycle. Keeping this warm is very important. Your reflexes do slow down when you get colder. So Harley-Davidson has heated gloves. This is usually the second piece that people invest in. And these are ergonomically designed. They're made to be on a motorcycle. They're curved. They have the thumb that moves with you. They have the extra padding in the palms to make sure that when you're holding onto your bike, you don't slip. Because having a thicker glove sometimes you don't necessarily feel as much as you want to feel. So they put things into place to help you feel secure when you're riding. Now this does run off the jacket. They just simply plug into your arms right here. And it's really cool because you have multiple options. You can run your jacket high, medium, and low, which means your gloves are going to be high, medium, and low with your jacket. However, if you're getting a little bit warm in your core, but your hands are cold because they're taking the brunt, like me on a Sportster with no windshield, of my cold, there's a thing called balancing mode. I just click the button 10 times, it's gonna flash at me, and then I get to control how much heat I want on my core or how much heat I want on my hands. So if my hands are colder than my core, I'm gonna push my heat forward and keep this on a low. So essentially these would be high, this would be low. So they've done a really good job of giving you full control of being comfortable, because the last thing you wanna do is be turning it off and on, off and on, off and on, because you're hot, you're cold, you're hot, you're cold. I'm gonna pass these out and let everyone touch them. But here, Sherry's done sweating in it. We're also gonna touch the heated gear over here. Now, the gloves is the only thing that does not have the temperature controlled thermostat built in, because they are designed to run off of your jacket. However, if you only want to wear the gloves, and a lot of people do choose so, there is a thermostat you must buy to run the gloves by themselves. It simply straps to your leg on your left side so you have control over your heat settings. Very simple, not a hard thing to do. This gives you full control to wear what you want to wear, when you want to wear it. You're not tied to wearing the whole suit all at one time. And then the last thing Harley has is the pants. So these are really great because they are waterproof over pants. Even if you don't have them plugged in, you got stuck in the rain, you had those in your saddlebag, slip them on, they're going to keep you nice and dry. They're going to help stop the wind from getting to you. Just like all the gloves and the pants are going to have the 3M reflective material. Anything you can do to be seen is always helpful. In the inside of it, because it is an overpant, it's going to have your heat shield on your legs. Because her leg is up on her motor, we don't want to melt our pants. Underneath, it's got the nylon so that rain and wind are not getting up into your legs. Now, these have pockets to add body armor. If you're somebody who wants to feel secure and be fully armored up, you can very easily add body armor into the knees of these. And your control is simply on your back. 1, 2, 3, high, medium, and low. You can run your pants on low and your jacket on high, or you can run in balancing mode. Your pants on low, your jacket on low, and your gloves on high. You really have full control of being comfortable in this stuff. Now, how you feeling? You feeling warm?
Good.
Perfect. Harley-Davidson's a really great company to buy things like this from. This is an investment when you spend the money to have something like this. Harley-Davidson backs your investment for 3 years. So they believe in this product so much that they're going to give you a 3-year warranty. Now Paul himself has the heated jacket. You've had it for about a year?
Yeah.
And we had an issue with the jacket. Simply sent it into Harley. They took care of Paul, got him a new jacket. It was repaired, replaced, no issues, no out of cost for Paul. So his money was very well spent. Do you have any questions? Comments? Concerns?
Wonderful job, wonderful job.
Does anyone here have heated gear? I know some of you do. What do you have?
Mine, oh,
Do you have the pants,
well,
the jacket?
I even got the socks.
Yeah, so they do make sock liners, or
Because
the
my
sock liners
pants
will
are
run
the
with
old ones
this.
you get, but mine's the one you have to wear inside.
So it's the lining system.
Yeah, it's gotta all be protected to keep the heat in.
Mhm.
I don't wear the pants very often.
So these pants are just over pants?
So these-
So
and
they,
so-
you can just wear them over,
Right, so they did used to do a lining system, and they realized that it's kind of a pain when you get to a restaurant and you have your pants on and the liner on and then whatever else underneath, because you still had to have a layer between you and the pants. These are an overpant, and just take them off, go into a restaurant, you don't have to have all that bulky layers on. They did stop doing the lining system. They have a lining system still, they have socks that can run off of this. If you have a pair of gauntlet gloves you really love, there's a lining glove that can go inside your gauntlet, so you don't have to necessarily buy these. You can buy the just interior. Now, Gail's dad has been writing for how long? How many years?
Oh, good lord. 70 something?
So last year he bought heated gear for his first time ever. He came to
Yes.
one of these workshops. He bought the heated gear, and I think that we see him on it probably 9 out of 10 times. If it's a little bit chilly outside, he's coming in. He's got his heated gear on. He's got his heated socks on, and he can't stop talking about how excited he is to wear them.
I know, up until then he says, only wussies wear heated gear. And then he got heated gear and he's like, God, I'm
I
never
didn't
gonna
know
know
I
about
had,
it.
yeah, he said, I didn't know I didn't have to be cold. I had no idea. So, Sherry's nice and toasty now. Do we have any other questions?
Do you have an outfit that's open so we can see what's inside the jacket?
We have this one.
Like a cut, excuse me, like a
Oh,
cutaway,
like cut
probably.
in?
Yeah, the kind of way that what's inside.
No.
I don't have a
What
cut away.
wiring looks like.
No, I don't have that. Okay, so if you're okay with it, I'm gonna have you kind of take off. If you guys like to come up and touch it while it's hot.
touch it.
Touch it.
Okay, good.
Nope, that's a breakaway, that's what it's for.
Yeah.
I've done it quite a few
No,
times.
I have too.
Uh-huh.
I always go with that first.
So were the pants, were the pants separate? Are they on a separate wire?
Yes.
So, yes, so the plants, so when you buy the jacket, you get the piece that comes onto your battery tender, and this is what holds your fuses. So if you do ever go out and you notice your heated gear stops working, the first thing you should do is check your fuse. You can blow a fuse on this stuff. It is come with a 15-amp fuse, which is powerful enough to run all 3 things. However, the more load you put on the fuse, the more chances you are that you could blow a fuse. When you buy the pants, you get what's called a white splitter. This goes onto this. You then plug pants onto this side, jacket onto this side, gloves go onto the jacket. Now, some people have a second bike and they don't want to take the seat off and put the battery tender on. So they have these that just came out. This plugs into your, what's it called?
Battery tender.
The battery tender that's
Yeah.
already sticking out of your bike. So that's what I have Sherry using today. This simply plugs into the battery tender without you having to take the seat off to get access to your battery, and you can run it off of this. So the upside to that is you don't have to do the maintenance of taking off the seat. The downside of that is you do have a little bit less room to move around.
Look over to turn the seat.
So what does the white splitter do again? I kind of lost it, I'm sorry.
The Y splitter comes with the pants so that you can plug it into the main outlet and run jacket on one side of it and pants on the other.
Okay, that didn't sound good.
Uh-oh. That's
Come on,
a champagne
come
pop.
on, come on.
I think that was
I
champagne
need to
pop.
take my shoes off to get the pants off.
Roaring into the
Yeah,
20s?
Maybe you have to take your shoes off and then put them back
Yeah.
on.
I'm stuck.
Cause I noticed that if you
Especially with
unzip
boots.
it,
Especially with boots.
if you unzip it, the thing completely moves on, then that plastic zipper snags on that nylon inner liner all the way down and pain in there. So if you're gonna take my shoes off.
So I'll kind of do my part. I'm Paul. I'm back in
Paul!
service. Hello, hello. So mine is pretty easy. Back in service, we can do heated seats and the heated grips. So they really kind of do a different part. Everybody has a different opinion of everything, of course. Mine is that the heated grips are good. Maybe to, I'm sure you guys have, what do you think, maybe 45 degrees, something like that? To where, you know, it warms the inside of your hands, not the outside. So that's kind of the main difference. And then of course there's the perk of a heated seat. So I turned them on this CVO because they come with it, obviously. So that way, give it maybe 5-10 minutes and they'll be nice and hot. So if anybody hasn't experienced heated grips, you can definitely find that out. So there are certain ones we recommend over others depending on your bike and all that stuff. So see anybody in service or in parts if you're, you know, thinking about which ones are best for you. But we do have a ton of options, and same with heated seats. We don't keep a ton of them, but we can get a heated seat in just about any of the seats. And it, just like anything else in your car, you know, you don't know you miss it until you have it. So it's kind of one of those things. So it's just another great perk to have. But I can say, just like Lindsay said, I did finally buy heated gear about a year ago. And I don't mind saying I would spend stupid money on stupid stuff, and I'm cheap when it comes to other stuff. And so I never wanted to spend the money on heated gear. Yeah, absolutely. But I will tell you, it's one of the best things I have done. So I have the liner just like this right here. Goes under my coat, so I didn't have to buy another coat or any of that stuff. This just goes on under my coat. And then it's got the, just like Sherry had on hers, it goes right here for the gauntlet gloves. So myself, I don't like the feel of the gigantic gauntlet gloves, but as I get older, I feel my hands, my circulation's probably getting worse in my hands. My hands will get cold really quick on a ride when it's not too cold outside. So that was the big thing for me of getting it. I really wanted the gloves, and I got this to be able to run the gloves. And I'll tell you, when it heats up and it heats your neck up, there's a wire you can feel up in the neck. It really does make a huge difference. And plus, just like you saw on Sherry, the men's is the same way, and it's got the thermostat right there. So it kind of just sits out right here. You know, you turn it on and off with this little dial and all that stuff. So it all really works very well. Now, I really haven't gotten into the, you know, controlling them differently and all that. I'm really not that smart to pick all that up. So I just run it easy, and it's always been fine. So really, even a medium setting in a cold day, my hands are sweating, which is an awesome thing, because the last time I think I rode before that, I probably rode to Harrisonville, and it was cold enough that I'm like, nope, I'm turning around. I live in Lee Summit. I turned around and went back, and I really don't remember about the last 15 minutes of the ride just because I was so miserably cold and shaken. So it really does make a big difference to extend the ride, and that's really what this is all about. You know, a day like today where the roads are nice, and you know, it might be nice during the day, but a cool thing like one of these bikes, you can have the liner and the gloves in your saddlebag or in the tour pack, and if it gets a little cold at night, you're not stuck out freezing. You just grab it out of there and plug it in and get going. So that's kind of my little my little personal spiel on it. Yeah, testimonial, that's what I'm thinking about. Yeah.
It's also awesome if you go to the mountains. If you're in Colorado or
Yes.
Utah, you're anywhere you're in the mountains, you know, they can get cold. It can be 60 degrees difference from the base, you know, to as you're going through the passes. So kind of.
For sure, that's a great point. I meant to bring that up. Kenny goes to Colorado every year, and that's the big things. You might be fine down at the base, it might be 80 degrees, and then you get up to the top and it's 35, 40. I mean, that's a drastic difference. So you can be prepared, have this on, turn it on when you start getting cold, and you don't even have to stop. So it really is neat stuff. And the big thing to me is what Lindsay said as well. You know, before I started here, I had different aftermarket stuff and things like that, but you know, Harley stuff is a little bit more most of the time, but I mean, the warranty is there. So what happened with me is literally the plug, I pulled it out one day out of the closet, and my plug for my glove wasn't there anymore. Oh yeah. So I went back and brought it in, and I said, hey Lindsay, is this covered? And within a couple of days, she had that one from me and had a new one on the way. So they literally didn't even try to fix it. They just sent me a brand new one. So I thought that was pretty awesome.
So, like I said, I had the prior version, heated jacket. Would the newer pants work with that jacket, or would I have to replace both?
You'll have to replace both. They like to be a little tricky, like we talked about with Sherry's older model. Harley changed about 3 years ago who made the jacket, and when the jacket manufacturer changed, they also changed the female to male components and where they went. So you would end up with two of the same trying to plug in together. So unfortunately, that got changed along with it. But I don't know off the top of my head, I have to look, I can find out.
But the pants can be done just the pants, right?
Yeah, so you would just have
Have to
to,
have a
only about
different
the,
plug-in.
you would have to purchase the plug-in to go on the battery, or like we talked about, the plug-in that just goes up off of the battery tender that's already out.
And for anybody worried, I would be very happy to put any of the plugs on for you guys, that way you know it's done right and all that stuff. So I can't always do it, but I should be able to do it just about any time. So just come back to service, and if I can't, we'll let you know when we can, and we'll get it on, and I won't charge you a dime. But I would just like to know for you guys that it's all installed properly as well. So instead of saying, hey, buy this Harley stuff, and then you gotta put it on. So, but yeah, we'll install it for you, yeah.
Okay. Any questions, comments, concerns?
What's the difference between the ones that are
Men's and women's.
men's and women's?
Women's get a little bit more female, look to them.
But if you like that one, Bob, you can shoot
I like
that.
the
I
women's
will
one.
sell that one, right? So if you're
That's so
curious,
nice of you.
We don't judge around here, Bob.
it's fine, judge free zone. If you guys are curious about what it feels like when it's warmed up, it is warmed up right now.
Yeah, guys, everybody come on up if you want, because the grips and everything are still hot.
Now open 7 days a week.
Feel the power at Gail's Harley-Davidson.